Good evening everybody, welcome to Brink Studio. My name is Anita if you haven't come across me before, and tonight we're going to talk about some fabrics. This is something we do every Wednesday evening at 7:30 at the moment, just so that you can see what sort of things we have and what you can do with them. Tonight I have got some of these really lovely John Louden linen look cottons and some little Johnny cotton fabrics that are 3D looking. That's the way they've been printed. So the first thing that I'm going to show you are the John Loudens, and I'm just going to fiddle with this because nothing's coming up, and if you ask me a question I'll be able to answer it. So I'm just going to refresh a page and see what happens. In the meantime, while that's deciding to do what it's doing, I currently have several colours of the John Louden linen look. So I've picked these particular three out because they mix quite nicely with these, although there are many other colours in them. So they're your standard 45 inches wide. This one is a gold one. Oh, it says 110 to 112 centimetres. There you go. So these are £9 a metre. I don't actually know if these are pre-washed. I'm assuming that they are, but I have been on their website to try and find out. And it says because it's a blender fabric, it should be. It also says that they recommend that you should wash these on a 30-degree wash. So depending on what it is you're going to use them for, I'm not really quite sure whether they're going to shrink or not, and I do apologise for that. And let's now see what's happening on here. There we go. Now if you ask me any questions, hopefully I'll see it on there and I'll be able to answer you. So this one is a gold colour, and then this is a blue. This is a really nice blue which picks out the blues in that. And then I really like this pink as well. So you can see what they look like together when they're stitched with something. I have made some of my lovely posh peg bags here, and a cushion as well, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. So that's your John Loudens. Now these are little Johnny, and I can find out what the width is because they're much wider. It says 100% cotton on them, but again I don't actually know whether these have been pre-shrunk. Again, I couldn't find out. I did have a look. I'm assuming that they are because they're mainly quilting fabrics, even though you can use them for anything. And I'm trying to find out what the width is on here, but it doesn't tell me. Anyway, they're quite long. So, no, nothing on there either at all. Sorry about that, I should have measured one to find out first. So I'll just get round to showing you what they look like. This one, which I really love. Oh, what are you doing? It's locked itself and gone off. Sorry, my lovely assistant there, if she sees any questions pop up, don't worry if you hear somebody else's voice in the background, because she's just telling me. So I do apologise for that. Anyway, back to the fabric. This is the most important thing, isn't it? So this is a little Johnny fabric. It's 3D. It's printed so it looks like it's 3D, even though it isn't 3D. But look at this. It's so pretty. We've got so many colours in it. All these lovely tulips. In fact, I think they're all tulips. I was going to say other flowers, but they might all be tulips, and they look as though they've been stitched, even though they haven't. And on these peg bags at the background here, you can see how I've mixed them. So with this one, if I get them out of the way, I'm going to show you how they sort of change. So with the yellow, you see how it brings out all these golds and yellows. I hope you can see that okay. which is this one here. So that's made with these two together, which is really nice and bright. And when you've got that yellow right next to these little oranges and yellows here, and that yellow is right on the cusp of these here little flowers. So hopefully you could see that okay. Then we did one with pink. Again, because we have got some really nice pinks in here, and this then shows up these pinks that are almost white, so it sort of brings them to the fore and knocks the yellow back quite nicely. And this peg bag, as you can see now, is very, very pink because of that hitting these pinks here. Okay. And then of course we did it with a blue. I really love this blue in here, which is why I picked this blue to go with it. It matches those blues beautifully. I think you can see that. I'm going to try and get that right on that edge where those blues are. I'll hold that up. You can see how it is almost identical in some areas. And then of course there's a posh peg bag in it. More than one actually. And you can see how it's knocked back all the other colours and just brings out that purpley blue. So what I'm saying is, when you have a fabric like this with lots of colours in, don't just think, oh, I just need to put whatever the dominant colour is. Try and bring some of the colours at the back to the fore when you're making something. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to do the same with all these others, but I have made a cushion with one of them. So I'll go to that one next, which is this one. Now, out of these fabrics, this is my least favourite, because I think it's where the flowers are so small. I was a little bit disappointed with it. However, I'll just show you the pattern. So I'm sure you'd rather be looking at that than me. It's got lots and lots of little flowers, and they do look like they've been stitched. That's how it's been printed. And I do think that they're little fruits, but I'm not really sure. So I then couldn't make my mind up whether to match the blue or the pink. So I've done both with this cushion. So this is one of my Cathedral City cushions, and I've used this pattern in the middle and around the edges so that you can see how the other colours all mix in with it. So we've put the pink on the back as well as here, and this highlights all the pinks in here, but then where we've got the blue here, it highlights all the blues around here. So I hope you can see that okay. I actually like this cushion, and I surprised myself because I was thinking, what on earth can I do with this fabric, because I'm not keen. Because I like the bigger, bolder colours. Of course, I've put a zip in the bottom because I like zips in mine so I can get them off and wash them. It wasn't difficult with the sewing. It didn't move, it didn't slide, because it feels quite soft as these cottons, and I wondered whether or not they would just slide all over the place, because I don't use pins if I can help it. I'm not a pinny person. And then put a cushion pad in it just to see how it would look. It's quite nice, I think. So these are only £8 a metre. This is my favourite, and I haven't used it yet, but I will do. And it's bold, and I'm thinking that all of the colours will work with this, as I'll show you. So if we bring these out of the way, and our defunct laptop can go, so I can show you. I'm going to spread it out. Now you might think you wouldn't want yellow in this. If you're thinking that, you're very, very wrong, because the gold, which is the colour that I've picked, is in here slightly. So if you bring that up against it, you'll see how immediately that changes. If I can get the two together all right. So you see how that's now picking out this yellow and this gold on these. It's very different to when I change it over. It also shows it here to the pink. And the pink is now going to make you look more at the pinks and the purples and less at the oranges and the golds. So this is just showing you how colour, when you're blending, can change a fabric. And then this one is going to make you look at all these blues and greys rather than the pinks or the yellows and golds. And again, if we were doing it with a green, the greens at the back would all pop forward. We could put quite a deep red with it, which would bring these very dark reds forwards, but again, it all depends on how you like your fabrics to look and whether you want something quite as dramatic or whether you want to knock it all back. I personally love this and wouldn't knock any of it back. Then I have it in a pink. Now this has been quite popular since I've got this in, so we haven't got as much as all of the others. Of course you can make children's clothes and other things from here, just not the things, you know, that I'm making. You can use them for quilts. So this one is still busy. It still has all similar colours in, but they're more muted than that one. This was the first one I saw and fell in love with and thought, I'm having some of that. So if you put it together with the pink, obviously, it's very pink. So if I fold that over and hold it up like that, you can see that it's a perfect match for that. So if you were looking at having a pink type room and you wanted some pink cushions or a pink quilt or something on your bedding like that, this would be your man. However, if we change it over to the yellow, we're now going to knock that pink right back, and you're going to see more of the yellows and the golds. It's just all about looking in there to see what there is. Now, there is no blue in this that I can see. There's lots of green. Oh, there is a tiny amount of blue, but it is really, really tiny, as in minuscule. So I probably wouldn't bother with the blue, but shall we have a look and see what you think about that? Would you put blue in there? Personally, I think it really, really knocks it back and it spoils it myself. My camera lady's also shaking her head. No. So when you're buying fabrics like these, look in there, look to see what you've got. We've got here yellows, golds, whites, obviously lots of pinks. There is a slight pinky purple colour, and there's greens in the backgrounds as well. There is the odd blue, but I wouldn't bother with blue on this one. So these fabrics are what we're showcasing this week. I don't think anyone's got any questions, have they? Not at the moment, no. Okay, so this one, if I've written on the edges, I can tell you how much I've got. 7 metres of that. I haven't, because I took a metre off, so that would be 6 metres. This one I've got 6 metres of as well, and this one I've also got 6 metres of on those. This one I know for a fact there's about 4 metres there, and then these are being pushed towards me. We have 10. That one's a 10. And this one is a 9 metres. So we've got plenty of it in stock at the moment. I am thinking about ordering some other ones. They have got some really nice ones, but they've got cute little bunnies all bouncing all over them, and I'm not really sure if I want fabrics like that because of the quantities that I have to buy in. But if you would like me to, just let me know, or anything else like that. So I do sell these in obviously full meters on the website. If you want half meters or fat quarters, just send me a message or give me a call, or call in. Shop's always open, and I'm always open on a Thursday evening till 8 o'clock. And there has been some concerns about the roads being closed, and it is closed even tonight. All you have to do is tell them you're coming to Ubrink Studio, and they have to let you through. They're not allowed to stop you. I have it on good authority from their managers. I've been asked, sorry about my back there, I've been asked about putting on a workshop to make these, and there will be some dates on the website if you want to come and make your own, where you can come and pick your own fabrics out of the shop, and it only takes a morning or an afternoon, and you will get you get a pattern with it. It's not free obviously because you're paying for it, but yes, you can come and make your own one of these, and you don't have to use them as peg bags. You can use them as anything. They hold all sorts of stuff, and of course they do look really nice in kiddies' bedrooms. And another thing I've been asked to do is to put on a workshop on how to make these cushions. Again, it will be a morning or an afternoon. You don't need all day to do it. Do you know, these are so soft, these fabrics, when they're together. You can't help doing that because they're so lovely. And of course I will teach you how to put a zip in, so that you can take the cushion pad out and wash them if you want to. I will find out if these are pre-washed, because if they're not, if they haven't pre-shrunk them, then we need to know about that, because when you're putting a cushion pad in, if you're taking it out and washed it, you're not going to get it back in again, are you? And yes, my cushion pad is too big for this because I like a puffy cushion. I don't like ones that have got gaps in and that are thin. So I think that's all I've got to say this week about these. If there are no questions, I'm going to leave you in peace, and thank you so much for watching, because I know many of you watched the last couple after the live, and one or two people have sent me private messages, so thank you so much, really appreciate it. And I will see you next week, and watch out on Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday, no, it's Friday, isn't it? Watch out on Friday for the next make. It may be one of these, you never know. Thank you.